My name is Max Faldin. I'm the CEO and founder of Silverbird. We started 2022 as a very basic MVP. We didn't have a license back in the beginning of 2022. We were completely powered by currency cloud. We didn't have even our own front office that we manage entirely. We did part of that. The onboarding was our own, but front office was powered by some other solution. So the main challenge was to build backend that supports all that and to migrate to our own core banking and build this payment hub on top of that. So, the most important piece was in 2022 was to start the product organization itself. Because when we started the year, it was probably 18 or 14 engineers doing their own thing. And we didn't have almost anybody in product. So then I developed gradually over time my own product organization philosophy, if I may say. At the very beginning, I realized that there's two different approach to the product. One is very much centralized product decision making, when you have somebody or a group of people, very limited number of people making the decision. Typically, it's a founder who makes the decision, and in this case, product managers really becomes program managers or project managers. On the other side of spectrum, you have very decentralized decision making, where product managers actually make the decisions. And that was the next step in my realization that we need not only build a product-driven company, but we also need to make it customer-centric. And the only way is to decentralize this product decision-making, because in this way, your product people not only look for the founder, for the vision, which they obviously do, but mostly they look for the customers as a source of learning and make those solutions work for customers first and foremost. Yeah, we structure the product team around product areas. We have three particular big product areas. One is everything customer facing, which is front office plus onboarding. Then we have back end, which has two essential components. One is core banking, any payment and financial institution has, and then a middleware that allows us to work with multiple banking partners, how we call them, the banking infrastructure providers, which we call payment hub. And the last but not the least component is compliance. We think about compliance as a product in itself. So we have those three, front office, back end, and compliance. And we built our product organization the same way. We have squads as anybody else. We haven't evolved into tribes yet, but we have already around 5 squads, and we aspire to have 8 squads by the end of the year. Each squad has a dedicated product area to develop. We run the squads as a combination of technology leadership and product leadership, and that's where this decentralized decision making is happening. A lot of fintechs don't have capabilities to work with more than one banks. What we want to achieve is ultimate flexibility on the payments, on the banking infrastructure, when we can serve one particular customer using different parts of banking infrastructure provided by multiple banking partners, and to switch on the go if we need to, if something comes up with the banks, so the customer won't even see anything changing or happening. So that's flexibility, this payment hub, that's a middleware that supplement our banking infrastructure, our banking product, and that's extremely important for us. We really want to nail down our solutions for the main pain points, which is cross-border payments, and in particularly high-value cross-border payments. After that, towards the end of 2024, we'll introduce the non-payment financial product. That's all sorts of financial risk products like trade finance, obviously, but also forward contracts. Then you have LCs, which is letter of credit. There are lots of countries that very much set up around letter of credit. Like India, for instance, is 100% letter of credit driven. Vietnam is about 50% letter of credit driven. So then you have escrow accounts, which is natural. Then you have country risk insurance. At no point will take any financial risk at all. So we will use partners for that. We will build marketplace essentially and take brokerage, take some commission on that. But we will provide our customers with this suite of all these choices on top of payment rails that we've been building so far. Right now, we're serving those global customers who have global entities in UK or Dubai or Hong Kong or Singapore. They speak some English, they understand global trade and global cross-border banking, but there are millions of customers in countries like India, in countries like Philippines, in countries like South Africa, China, etc. We can go deep there, and we start with India because we're particularly keen on this market. Going deep into this market, localize the product, localize the support, work with local banking system, with local regulatory system to report export revenue, for instance. If you think beyond this 3-4 year period, about 5 years plus, what excites me a lot about Silverbird and its product strategy in particular is the network effect that we are essentially building. We want to introduce instant cross-border transactions. When you have a customer exporting from India to some place in Africa, payments would go for days and it's far from perfect. If you have both of those customers on Silverbird, obviously the transactions technologically can be supported as instant. It's just digits that move. So we can add those to customers and improve their customer experience significantly as we add more and more customers, as we cover more and more supply chains, because unlike other SMEs, international merchants, they do transact with each other. Each exporter and importer is everybody else's supply chain. So they work in these supply chains. As we cover more and more of those supply chains, we introduce better and better customer experience for more and more customers. And the better customer experience leads to even more customers, which leads to even better customer experience. So it's a classic network effect that we want to build, but obviously we need to go through these 3 phases, get some scale, and be ready to support this on the regulatory side of things.